Hello, Rasta.
Hello, hello, guys.
Just sending out the link 1 second. 8 laps to go here. All right, Rasta Cheech and T-Bone here covering the final 8 laps. I was in this Grand Prix. I took the seat of Rasta Cheech, who was unable to attend. I tried to do him justice. I was in P13 with a chance to do no better than that. So I retired, and I'm going to cover this great race here coming down the stretch. And speaking of Rasta, his teammate Justin Schreier right now leading the way, followed by Chenzo and Greg. Greg trailing Chenzo 14 points in the Drivers' Championship. Spenny's Pub Hub retiring in the pits. Rasta Cheech, thanks for doing this, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry if I couldn't attend for the race, but now for the rest of
It's okay, buddy.
the
It's okay.
remaining with you.
Look, bro, there's life. There's life outside this stuff. Sometimes you can't make it. I know you mean well. So let's cover this though. It's going to be a good finish. Look at this finish, Rasta.
Yes. So now we got a top five staying together in the DRS train with Greg Jennings and Justin Schreier swapping position, working the DRS.
Just to confirm, your voice is shared, Rasta, right? Just so we
Yes.
don't. Yeah, okay. Because I would hate if we didn't. Yeah. Okay. Hugh did pick up a penalty there, so unfortunate for him. That will be a 3, and of course Cam Adrielmi and another one. I'll have them as well. So will be difficult. But let's see though. Greg Jennings and Schrei and Chenzo basically all on the same tires. Schrei's 1 lap older. Cam Rudy on the 4 lap mediums, and we'll see if he can close that gap, but it may be a tough ask. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, sure.
Look at that. There goes Schrei.
And
Right
if
through Greg.
Jordan managed the rest of the race correctly, he might get a podium, but it will be hard for him.
Yep, for sure, man. He's been knocking out that door, Rasta. You'd be in this pack too, buddy, I think.
Yeah, I love this
Right
track.
up there. Rasta Cheech is leading his Quebecer League championship. Shout out to, what's the league called, Rasta?
QCDR.
QCDR?
Yes, it's called the Quebec Dragon Racing League.
Quebec Dragon Racing League, folks. If you are a Quebec, is it only Quebecers allowed? Or
No,
anyone can race?
no, anyone can race. It's mostly Quebecers, but
Well, there you go,
if you
folks.
want to join, just hit us up and we'll manage to get you in if you want.
There you go. But again, I guess it's predominantly French speaking and stuff too. So like,
Yeah, yeah.
if you're Quebec and stuff, it's probably a good league for you. I know the racing's really good, so reach out to me or Rasta. They'll be happy to get you the information. So shout
Yes,
out to
of course.
them. Anyways, so we got Schrei, Rasta's teammate, fighting hard with Greg Jennings here. Will there be
Oh,
contact?
side by side.
Woohoo! Oh yeah! Look at this pack of 5, Rasta. What are your predictions here? Who do you like in this one?
I like the chance of Jordan.
Oh, there's
Oh,
contact! Oh my
contact!
God! Hugh and Schrei! Hugh and Schrei!
Oh,
Oh
Schrei's in the
man!
wall. He got damage.
Devastating there for Schrei. Hugh involved too. Oh man, and the others getting away unscathed. Absolutely brutal for Schrei.
Yeah, he got a end plate damage on his front wing on the left side.
We didn't see exactly what happened, but we saw the ramifications of it.
Exactly. But
Oh,
now Jordan on the podium, as I said, he got good chances. But
how about
now will he
XOD
make the
though?
move?
How about XOD running penalty free here, currently in P10? Hugh just
Yeah,
retiring.
if he can stay in the pack,
Hopefully Schrei doesn't retire because he's got no penalties. I think he could still get points. Hazy's pitting as well, so XM now on the line for points. XOD here perhaps with his first point showing in the Mushroom Cup. XM into P9. Dude, XM was the guy I was behind when I retired. Oh my god. That's not true
Yeah, you never
actually.
know what can happen in Australia. It's a fast track, it's a tight track because it is a street track.
Okay,
So
now
if you do a mistake here, you'll get
absolutely Rasta. It's very exciting, of course, this track. Opportunities, but they are risky opportunities. And just to kick back to last race, we had these 3 battling for a win in the late stages. So it's like deja vu. Remember, Jordan and Greg did come together a little bit last time. Chenzo walked away with the win. And let's see what happens here 2 nights later. And I can't wait, Rasta.
Yes, and now if I'm Jordan or Chenzo, I want to recharge that battery as fast as I can for the last few laps. Especially Jordan, if you want a shot maybe at the win. But yeah, this is a pretty difficult situation for Greg. Who,
And Greg, can I just say, Rasta? Chenzo
Yes.
leads Greg by 14 points in the standings. So the difference between a P1 and a P2 is 7 points. So this is big. If Greg going down 21 or he's only down 7, that's big, man. Especially against someone like Chenzo. So.
Yeah, I think Chenzo will stay behind Greg and try to overtake Greg in the last few laps.
But you don't have the luxury of being patient with someone like Jordan, who's very he's feisty. He can be borderline aggressive, and I mean that like he's not dirty at all. But he believes he can win, and he's not just going to sit there and watch these two battle.
So. Exactly. With 5 laps to go, I think Jordan needs to be patient and don't make a move too early.
He's doing the right
that
thing.
Will cost him maybe a P2 or maybe just a win. You never know.
And Rasta, the worst thing Jordan could do here is make a bad pass attempt on Chenzo that costs him both time, and Greg gets away. So Jordan, when he does go to pass Chenzo, he has to be smooth about it. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Jordan, I kind of want to stay behind and just look at the 2 guys in front fight. Maybe, they'll take each other out just as we see Shry and...
Yeah, but the thing about that, Rasta, is they might not really fight till like the last lap. So Jordan might not have the luxury of waiting till then. Because Greg, by the time they fight...
Chenzo and Jordan are almost at 100% battery, so they're saving for that last lap.
Great battery, sponsored by Duracell. It's good stuff there. Shout out to the Rasta Cheech. Winner last night in that Quebecer League. Completely dominant. Starting P4 or 5 and taking that checker flag. It's going to win the championship for us. How about XOD? XOD in line for perhaps a P7 here currently.
Exactly. Will he pass Kendrick still in this straight?
He is the Liam Lawson of this league, joining Greg Jennings at Red Bull. Look at this, so watching on board with the McLaren and Jordan 2 wavy. This is insane, folks. Oh man, Greg and Chenzo.
Chenzo getting impatient behind Greg. Will he make the move in this straight? I don't think so, but it depends. If Chenzo thinks he got more pace,
we're all saving battery too, so Greg is just. Chenzo knows, now that we've seen that Greg is able to control it for over a lap at a time, Chenzo knows he has to make a pass sooner than later, because it might not be as easy as just passing him on the last lap, because we've seen Greg utilize his battery. He's at 100%, and he's just able to keep these guys behind him, seemingly, and now someone's going to have to try to make a move, and Chenzo is just sniffing around. Shout out to Jordan, too, for maintaining that patience and poise.
Exactly, we can see that Jordan tried to make a move on Chenzo, or maybe just put a little bit of pressure on Chenzo, so Chenzo feels it and feels the urge to make a move on Greg, because he knows that Jordan behind won't be around behind him,
Shout out to Shry there, getting the fastest lap, trying to get the most out of what he can now here.
Oh, side by side to the chicane, what a move by Chenzo on the outside of Greg!
Here we go, Jordan 2 wavy!
Jordan! Will he get the double overtake? Around the outside. 2 wide.
Oh my god, dude. This is what everyone's been waiting for here. 3 Titans in the Mushroom Cup. End of the race. Jordan 2 wavy, 1-time Mushroom Cup winner. The other 2 multiple-time champions. And Jordan 2 wavy looking to make his mark on this league further. Definitely a guy who could compete for wins and championships. He gets better and better every time he turns his PlayStation on.
And now if I'm Chenzo, I kind of want to push hard, trying to build a gap so I can be safe, but with the DRS here, it's going to be hard for him.
Shout out to all 3 of these guys, no matter how this goes. This is just fantastic racing.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we like to see, Rasta. Good, hard, clean racing.
That's what we want to see by our drivers, some respect and
some
hard racing.
Exactly. Gotta have the respect.
And we got a yellow flag in the last corner. Oh, XM just lost it in the last corner, but now he's going
He's got to be careful. Zudi will
back.
get that point. Anyways.
Oh, and XM got no wing. He lost his front wing completely.
Let's go, Zudi. Maybe Zudi will get the last point. Who knows? But look at this roster. Look at this fight for the lead. Oh, my God. Jordan 2, wavy. Drip too hard.
Greg making the move.
Greg Jennings going into P1 here, heading into the final lap, Rasta, and we know what he can do when he's leading the way. He's got full battery. He made the overtake, and he has full battery. So will Greg Jennings be able to hold everyone off for the final lap? We're heading into this. Let's do this. Boom, white flag. One more time to go. It ain't over till Kev Wood's mama sings.
And now what will happen?
T-Bone and Rasta Cheech here in the booth. Very cloudy in here.
And now, is Jordan gonna make the move on Chenzo? Is Chenzo gonna make the move on Greg? How Greg will react to this?
One of the best races.
The last lap of this race, going into the last portion of the track with the DRS.
It's one of the best races I've seen in the Mushroom Cup in quite some time, Rasta. This battle for the lead, fantastic, and these guys showing their skill.
Greg too, and Jordan still got.
Here's Chenzo for the lead, heading into the chicane.
Around the outside.
Here we go, Chenzo making it work.
He made it stick. What a move!
He made
but
it
Greg
stick.
Is not done yet.
Move. Greg's not done yet. Greg Jennings trying to answer back. Jordan too wavy.
We can see Jordan.
Here's Jordan not doing it. He thought about it, and Chenzo.
Is Greg gonna try a last move in those last few corners?
It's not close enough. No.
No, exactly.
Great racing and
seems
great
like Chenzo is gonna get the win here for Mercedes.
What a race by all three of those guys, and most importantly, what resolve, what poise by these guys.
Oh my God!
As you see them do that at the end. Greg could have done something silly there. Jordan could have as well, but they didn't because they have respect, racecraft, race etiquette. That is fantastic. Chenzo made a class pass to win that race. Here come some other guys. Cam Rudy in P4 there. Adriami, another good race, P5. Another one continues his slew of good showings with a P6.
I think XM is going to do it.
XOD getting a P7. Great race for him. His career high in the Mushroom Cup points-wise. Kendricks in P8. Justin Stry getting the fastest lap, and P9 after that damage. Heartbreaker for him. He was in that front pack. And the final point here, XM, no wing at all. Limping home, folks. Looking like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Coming through. Here he goes. Look at that car covered in gravel. Slower than a three-legged dog. XOD and XM. We
can see by XM that he wants that point, even though
he did.
Still got no
and
wings.
You know what? That's a gritty performance because Zudi was taking a lot of time out of him. On that note, shout out to Zudi too, man. Zudi had good pace tonight. P11's a very good showing for him here as he continues his ascent on that wheel. Ross and Cheech, that was incredible. Do you mind inviting Greg, Chenzo, and Jordan in here if you have them? Just if you have all three. I'll do a quick rundown here. That was a great, great race. Shout out to those three. Shout out to Cam, who had a good strategy there at the end. Shout out to Stry, who had he was really good today, and just the incident with Hugh there knocked him out. But Stry was able to get P9 plus the fastest lap. I know not what he's looking for, but way to not just retire. He came out of the pits, fought, got the P9, got the fastest lap. Greg, do you mind just inviting Jordan, Chenzo, and Cam? And another one?
Yeah.
Some sort of mixed variety bag of those guys.
Yeah, can you try to invite Jordan?
XOD also. XOD was fucking P7 today. How about that? Career high in the Mushroom Cup, XOD, with a P7 there. The Liam Lawson of this league. Got kicked, cut by the team, came back, proven his worth. He was never cut.
All right, so Jordan, Chenzo, XOD, who else?
Another one.
I invite Cam Rudy too.
Yeah. Zudi was good tonight too, but Zudi had good pace. He was P11, but see if he wants to talk. Anyways, I'm going to do a quick rundown here before we get into these driver interviews. Fantastic race, one of the best I've seen in a long time. It was Chenzo, Greg Jennings, Jordan 2 Wavy, Cam Rudy, Adriami. Another one, XOD, Kendricks, Justin Stry, and XM rounding out that top 10. Fantastic race, super fun. We're going to start here just at the We're gonna start in the Red Bull garage. Actually, I see a lot of reporters here. Many of them crowding Greg, but there are a couple reporters crowding XOD. Um, I'm gonna make my way to the XOD scrum just because Greg's got a long lineup for a second. XOD, X. This guy could get any question I want with him. Once Greg cools down a bit, he's taking photos with babes, signing titties, like doing all this stuff. So, XOD,
Kissing babies.
XOD, this is your career high finish in the Mushroom Cup. There has been a lot going on lately, a lot of smack talk, a lot up in the air. A lot of the XOD critics have been out in full force, and you responded with your best drive here in the Mushroom Cup with a P7 and helping that Red Bull team, something Greg Jennings isn't used to. Thoughts on today?
Incredible. Australia is the track where you usually go to kill your tires, but Kendricks and I mean, we kind of worked together. I didn't want to pass him because I didn't want Stry to get up next to him and then pass him and then get to me. So we were kind of helping each other. He gave me the DRS, and then if we had like 2 more laps to go, I definitely would have catched another one.
Nice, bro. Definitely, you had a great car tonight. Definitely one of the better tracks. I've never seen you race here, but when we started the race, you kind of just pulled off, and I could tell you had the car for a top 10. And at the end, it worked out with a couple retirements, penalty ahead of you, but you definitely had a top 10 car, bro.
Look forward to my stint with Red Bull.
Yes, sir.
Well, of course, yeah. Greg Jennings, team principal, very happy. So XOD, congrats, bro. P7's a great drive. Happy for you, man.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks,
All right, bro. Next up here, we're going to go with another one, the fan favorite, the kid from Philly himself, with a P6, continuing, as I said, his slew of good showings in all league racing. Another one. What has been the key to your consistency as of late?
Listen, man, get me a good tomato pie,
There it
a
is.
cannoli, bro, to finish it off, bro.
You know what I don't
Yeah,
get, bro?
I'm
You know what? I
good.
got a question to ask. I was in P17 all race, and you were like behind me the whole time, and there was like no
Oh
real
God.
safety car. How the hell did you end up in P6? And like, bro,
Um,
when you were behind me, you weren't like passing me. You were just like chilling. So I was like,
yeah, I
what's,
didn't want to break my wing again. I'm sick of that breaking the wing in the first 3 laps. I've had enough.
but on a serious note, you
But
obviously have good pace around here to be able to do that.
I pit early, 2 laps earlier than I was supposed to, I guess, for the strategy. And when I did, Bella had retired, so the VSC came out, so that kind of helped me out a bit.
Nice, bro.
Gained a
Well,
good
look,
amount of
man,
time.
we're all always supporting you. You're a great freaking ambassador for all the leagues, so thank you. And last question. How does it feel to wake up every day and piss excellence?
It feels fucking great.
All right, my man. Thank you,
Thank you,
bro.
love.
Next
Congrats,
up,
great race.
yeah. Next up, I'm gonna let Rasta actually handle the podium questions because it gets too educated for me once we get up there. But
Alright,
Rasta,
so
I guess we'll start with P3, then work our way up.
yeah, so I'll start with Jordan.
Oh,
So yeah,
before
Jordan.
Rasta says anything, can I just say all three of you, fucking brilliant racing, man. Brilliant. Pleasure to watch. You're all class drivers. You put on a show.
You're
Chenzo,
welcome,
great
bro.
move at the end. And shout out to Greg and Jordan for not doing anything crazy at the end either there. Just classy racing all along. To you, Rasta.
Yeah, so Jordan, congrats for the podium today. Pretty good race overall, I think, for you guys. But we can see at the end, were you getting a bit impatient behind Chenzo trying to make the move before the end of the race?
Not really. I was more so just trying out the rear end and being patient. I was waiting on them to make contact at some point, but it is what it is. I thought one of them was gonna have a penalty at any point. So yeah,
Yeah,
just
and
being patient.
just as I was saying that you might get the chance to get a podium, we saw Shry and Huge have a bit of a mess, and that makes you your way up to your podium. And still, congrats, pretty good race by you, and fair play racing with the two guys in front.
I appreciate it.
Don't worry. And now,
Well done, Jordan. Well done.
Greg Jennings, the one and only. We can see the last few laps you were leading the race. race, not getting DRS with Chenzo, a multiple champion of the Motion Club behind you. What was going on in your mind in those last few laps? Trying to save battery, trying to get, Chenzo by so maybe you can work the DRS for the last lap. How does it end for you on your way?
Yeah, so as we all know with this game, where you really want to be with a battle at the end of the race is behind getting the DRS, and I was trying so hard to get Jordan involved and invite him for a little move and maybe get him into P2 and just kind of create some distance between myself and my championship rival, and it just was not working, and I could tell Jordan was holding back a little bit, and I was just trying to create a little bit of a chaotic situation, because in the lead on the last lap, there's not much you can do. I had a full tank of battery, and there's nothing I could really do to keep the Mercedes behind me. So I was just trying to invite a little chaos, play a little DRS games. I don't like to take things too far, but sometimes when you're heading to that last lap, you got to try something. But it didn't work. Still, overall, pretty happy with that one. Some very good racing moments across pretty much every corner of the track. The incident involving Shry you mentioned, didn't quite see it. It was behind me, but man, it scared me. It sounded like a thunderbolt just hit the wall right behind me. So I haven't seen that clip yet. I don't know what the implications of that are. But otherwise, seemed like a pretty clean one, exciting one, and I'm glad I did not get any warnings or any penalties. I think I got one, and that was about it. So happy with it.
Yeah, congrats. Good DRS for your part today, Greg's.
Well done, Greg. Shout out, bro.
Thank you.
Now going on with our race winner here, Chenzo. How does it feel to win that race today and get the leads in the championship?
I mean, it's always good.
21
when you
points
get a
now, I
win.
do believe,
We still got
with a good amount left. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Just as an update,
Yeah, just good.
And Chenzo, I believe you're missing at least one race. I don't know if that's...
Well, no, this would have been the one I would have.
Oh, sorry, boys.
But no, yeah, it was a good race with Greg and Jordan. Jordan was just, it was really, it felt stuck because it was like, felt like Jordan was gonna attack at some point. He was holding back, but I knew that he was always a threat and that he had enough battery and he was capable to make a move. So it's just tough to manage that, but also racing Greg. Then with Stry and Hugh as well. Unfortunately, they came together. But yeah, when they were also in there, it was just mayhem. 5 people fighting for the win. So it's always good when that's the case. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch. And what was the tire strategy here today? Because we know Australia can eat up the tires pretty quick too. So what was the strategy going on to the race with the tire? Did you think there was going to be a safety car at one point? How did you manage that today?
Yeah, I think we all kind of expected at least one safety car at one point. We know that the softs are really bad at the start. So probably the best option was to start on the mediums and then put on the hards, especially if we had like a safety car come out like lap 9, lap 8. But I guess it just didn't really play out that way, and Shry undercut us, me and Greg. We had some catching up to do after the pit stops. Took us some time to catch up, but eventually we did. And it was he played that very well.
Alright, congrats guys. Finally, you made your way through for the win here.
Congrats,
Still,
Chenzo.
congrats to Jordan, Chenzo, and Greg for that epic
All three.
race at the end.
All three of you guys, bro.
Could I say,
Yeah,
could I say
you
one
guys.
thing? There's a short list of drivers that I really would work together with and trust to kind of bridge or close in the gap, like Chenzo was saying, and Chenzo's definitely one of them, if not the one. We've had so many good races over the years. There's a lot of trust there.
Have you guys ever hit each other?
I hit him today, not gonna lie.
Have you guys ever like
but
had
it's
an
okay.
incident though where both of you were like sour after, or like any like I
I
don't
don't think
remember
so.
anything, which is
No.
crazy, dude. Like
We
I
we
once
think
in a
we
while
had
you'll
some
touch
talk
each
about
other
it.
and you'll both apologize for hours like two Canadians. That's it. Like I don't
we
think
know
this.
sometimes Greg can put his elbows out a bit in the corner trying to
Oh,
win.
come on. Oh, my.
But still,
No, dude. I talked
you
to
guys
both these
respect
guys.
each
Like
other, and
I don't recall a single instance where like one of them was like sour at the other after something. Just crazy because they're always fighting
Yeah.
each other for championships. So that says a lot, And they're friends. They're friends. So
yeah, they've
floats your
been
boat.
racing together for so many years now. And
Close in the boat.
it's fun to know, just like Greg said, when you're going up into a race and you know you can work with another driver because of his racecraft. And we know that Greg and Chenzo got the racecraft to be a champion at
And they're
Yeah,
both
and
like
win some
competitors
race.
too.
So
I really enjoy those league events because then we can really like actually not compete at the end of the last lap and just try and work together. Those are always a good time
You guys
as
are
well. So,
deaf. You guys are deadly in those league events too, man. You
yes,
just
sir.
you're
Yes, sir.
deadly the way you work together. And as I said though, like although they're competitors, I think they would rather the other guys here than not be here because if the other guy's not there, they're losing a component of their race too.
Absolutely.
Why would you not want
Anytime
another good,
I've
clean racer your pace out there?
anytime I've managed to get a good result, Chenzo wasn't there. It didn't feel the same. So,
Is what it is. Well, shout out to you guys,
but
man.
yeah,
And shout
the
out
love
to
is
Rasta.
over.
Shout out to Rasta. Any final comments, guys?
not really, pretty good race overall today by our drivers. And yeah, see you on to the next one.
All right. And
Next
shout out
race,
to
Spain. Be there. T-Bone
yeah.
back on track, baby.
And I could be wrong, but XOD may be the driver of the day, finishing
Oh, and
P7.
I didn't even mention Exody. I'm really proud of him. What a
Big
run from
teammate,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
What
can we
a
just
run
say
from him.
XOD after two races was facing being cut like Liam Lawson on the Red Bull team. And Greg Jennings threw him a lifeline, brought him back, convinced him to come back, and he responds with a P7 here, the newest pupil of the Greg Jennings Academy. And yeah, we'll see how that goes.
That was his thesis paper. We'll see how it gets marked.
Yeah, of course, Greg has a whole list of drivers that he has developed. Anyways, guys, we will call it here. Congrats to Chenzo, Jordan, and Greg.